Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is for me, a typical Saturday. I am working away on a Saturday afternoon, hoping that once I finish up, I will be able to take off this evening and do a little bit of relaxing. But before I do take off, what I did is I thought I'd look at my messages, the comments that I get from some of the videos, and I got a particularly disturbing email. I think I'd say it's disturbing anyway, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you because I think this is a great email to talk about when we are feeling stuck, when we feel like we've lost our passion for our job, for our work, and maybe even lost our passion for our life. There are things that we can do, and there's things that we should be doing so that we can regain that passion and get to a point in our life where we're happy and we're smiling and where we know things are going good. So let me read this message to you. And right here, I'm going to put it up on the screen. It says, "Here is my excuse for the situation I am currently in." The person says, "I was a restaurant manager and a chef. Then COVID hit. I was laid off, took unemployment for 6 months. When the unemployment program was about to expire, I took a regular minimum paying job with great benefits but less pay, and I lost my passion in the restaurant industry. I'm now stuck in this regular job. I'm currently stalled, don't know what to do." And I read that message and I just felt like I needed to hop on here and shoot this video and tell you, maybe in a direct way or an indirect way, tell this person here, this gentleman. You could see I crossed off his name. I didn't think it would be I didn't need to put his name up on there. But I just thought I would hop on here and tell you, he says he's lost his passion for his career in the restaurant industry. Feels like he's stuck and he doesn't know what to do. And I think there's probably a lot of you folks out there who have been in a similar situation. And maybe for some of you, probably most of you out there, I'm sure 99% of you out there don't know that there was a point in my life too, in my career, where I felt that same way. And I think probably more than once. And I'm going to share with you a way that I believe you can regain your passion, whether it's regain your passion for your career, regain your passion for your family, your job, because sometimes when we just feel like everything is against us, we just lose passion. We lose that desire, the desire to be successful, that desire to be with anyone that we really care about. We just lose that because we're so down. So let me tell you some steps, give you some ideas, and start out with just telling you a little bit of a story about myself and what I did and how I overcame those blues, those days where I didn't even want to get up and get out of bed. So there was a time in my life where right after divorce, things just weren't good. They weren't happy mentally, and really it came down and it flowed down to the physical, and I just didn't even feel like getting up out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. And I knew I needed to make some money. So what I did is I did what I used to do when I was quite a bit younger. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take a part-time job somewhere. I didn't even care where it was. And I didn't feel like I deserved anything better. And I took a job in a kitchen at a hospital. And there I was going in. I remember applying for the job, and the guy, the HR person, sits down and he looked at me. He says, "We don't get a lot of people like you in here that come in here for a job." And I just looked at him and I didn't say a word because I kind of figured probably he was right. But he hired me, and I went in every day for 6 months. 6 months. I went in there every single day, and I did whatever they asked me to do, worked in the kitchen, worked as a dishwasher, worked serving tables, cleaning off tables. I was just like, I wanted to be out of the world. I didn't care anymore. I didn't care. But one day when I was at work, I just started thinking, and I'm thinking, I says, man, things aren't good, but maybe I'm just not thinking about it. And maybe I need to flip it. Maybe I need to look at where I'm at and think, you know what, maybe things aren't as bad as I think there, I've had good times. I've been successful. I've done a lot. And I just said, you know what? I got to appreciate what I have and appreciate my family, appreciate my friends, appreciate who I am. So I started by saying, let's appreciate me. I just felt like that was the most important thing to do. And I remember thinking about it. I'm thinking about it while I'm in front of this dishwasher machine, this giant dishwasher machine in a hospital where the dishes come in one end dirty and they go out the other end clean, and the dishes are hot. And you're trying to handle those dishes and you're putting them on, stacking them on top of other dishes. And I remember doing that, and I just felt like this has got to be the lowest point in my life. But then I started thinking, I just got to appreciate where I'm at, appreciate what I'm doing, appreciate I'm alive, appreciate the fact that I'm healthy. And then I started thinking to myself, you know what, maybe instead of like looking at this negatively, maybe I need to look at it like, you know what, this could be just a launching pad. Yeah, I went down, that divorce, that horrible divorce and all the stuff that went with it, I went down. But maybe I went down and I'm at the bottom, and now it's time to climb back up to the top. And maybe now it's time to consider that where I'm at could be a launching pad. And when I read this message, I'm gonna put it back here, up back on the screen here. When I read this, and he says, I took a regular minimum paying job with great benefits but less pay. And I thought, man, this was me. This was me. Made all this money, all this success, and now I'm thinking I just need to take a mindless job. I don't have to think, and I just took this job and wasn't making anything. I think I was making minimum wage, and, here I am in my 60s, and I'm making minimum wage, or I was actually not in my 60s, but I was getting there. But I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, I'm looking at my age and what I'm doing and how could I be doing this? And then as you go back to his message, it says he took that minimum paying job. He says he's lost his passion in the restaurant industry, and I'm stuck in this regular job, but I'm currently stalled and I don't know what to do. And like I said, I looked at my life and I said, this is my launching pad. This has just got to be, because I'm as low as I can go. There's only going up. So it's just logical that this is my launching pad. And then I just started one day, I started writing down notes and saying, okay, let's do an assessment, Lou. Let's do an assessment. I'm a dishwasher, kitchen help, cleaning off tables, and I'm sitting there writing on my break my assessment. This is my skills. This is all I've done, and this list was long. I didn't even realize how long that list was, to be honest with you, but it was a long list of all the stuff that I had done. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking around me, and I'm thinking I'm working here, and this is my launching pad. This is where I'm going to take off from. So I did that assessment. But then one thing that I remembered, and sometimes I admit I forget this, but I do know this is true of me, it's true of me, it's true of you. Everything that we need, all the answers to all of our questions, all the answers to all of our problems, that solution is within each one of us. It just is. And I know this for a fact, because many times in my life when I was trying to figure out what to do and I was trying to think and overthink and trying to get back up because I was down, and I've been down a lot. Who hasn't been at our age, right? Who hasn't been down? Remember how you got back up. But know this, that answer is inside you. You just have to look for that answer. You have to think about it. And sometimes it takes a walk in the woods like I used to do. Sometimes it takes a sitting on the side of a big hot dishwasher machine and thinking about where the heck you are at in your life. And you start thinking, I know a lot of stuff. I know there's more I can do. And that's what you got to do. You got to appreciate what you've got. You got to look at your situation and say, you know what, this could be the best thing. It could be that launching pad. What are the advantages around me? What are the things that I'm learning? What are the things that are going to help me to be successful? It could be your launching pad for this guy too. He's working a minimum wage, doing a job that he doesn't like, the job that's not fulfilling, a job where he said he's lost his passion for his career. But you know what? Just consider that is your launching pad now. This is where you're at. The slate, everything is clean. You can start fresh. Do your assessment. Think about all that you can offer, all that you can do, all of the things where you've been. Is there something that you've done that can help you to grow? And then what you got to do is look deep. Look deep in yourself. And I guarantee you, if you look inside, the answer is there. It's always there. It's been always there for me. That answer, I'm sure, is there for you. So when it comes to saying, how can I regain my passion for my job? How can I regain my passion for my life? It's just simple steps. It's looking at where you're at and looking at the positives. And knowing this, that if you do look at the positives, and there were some working even in the kitchen for me, working there, doing it. I'm thinking I'm working at this job and look at where I've been. And you know what? I get a divorce and now I let that bring me down, that drag me down. Do you think they care about? Anybody else cares about where I'm at? The only one that's going to care about where you're at, truly care about it, is you. And yes, your family will care. But you're living it. You're living it. So make that change by looking inside yourself and saying the answer is within me. I guarantee if you do that, and if you look deep, and sometimes it's not so deep you have to look, but if you do have to look deep, it will be there. Well, my friends, that's all I've got for you today. Reading that message, that comment from someone who watched one of my videos was just enough to inspire me to get on here and leave this message for you. And if you do find yourself in one of these situations, one thing you can always do is send a comment, or what you could do is get on this YouTube channel and look up this person's comment and send him a message from you, from your heart, and tell him what you think and what's helped you to overcome obstacles and what's helped you to overcome those difficult times. And I will put a link to the video in the description box so you can, matter of fact, I'll put it up here, one of these corners, so you can click on it and see it. You'll see his comment. Send him that message. I think it'll help. Matter of fact, I know it will. That's all I have for you today, my friends. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, everybody.